Today, we gather to mourn a fallen hero. Loyal, dependable, and always $1. Yes, the value menu is dead, and no, even the McChicken didn't make it out alive. In today's video, we're discussing the death of the value menu. Where did the time go?
What happened to this country? We used to be a proper country. $4.29 for a McChicken,
Yeah.
$3.19 for just a cheeseburger, not even a McDouble, just a cheeseburger. This ain't no McValue. These are just...
From my guess, this must be a metropolitan. This has to be like LA or something, because, you know, my prices went up, but not that steep.
These are just regular Mc prices. There was a time in my life from about 2000 to 2009 where the McDonald's value meal was integral to my survival.
Yes.
Let me hold $1 used to mean something
It
in
did.
this world.
It really did.
$2, you could get 2 McChickens. That was dinner many a night. I used to go between McChickens and McDoubles. Felt like I was going to different restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
$4 for one sandwich? How are we supposed to survive? Go back to $1, man. Do whatever you got to do, because Costco's still down to $1.50 for that hot dog. I don't care what's in it now. Squirrel meat, a little bit of tire, and some building, but it's $1.50. When you ain't got a lot, you don't ask too many questions, but it's $1.50. Costco figured it out. Ronald McDonald, come out of that clown makeup and get these prices under order. People need that dollar menu to actually be $1 still. For children of the world, college students, full-grown adults.
Yeah, I mean everybody, but specifically when I was a child, I'm talking like 13 years old, I would go and I would hit the dryer, because that's where my mom would put all the quarters and coins that came out of people's laundry. I would go to the dryer, take exactly $2.12, because I live in Michigan, it's 6 cents per dollar that you got to pay in sales tax. I would go and get $2.12. I would bike my way about 3 miles to the nearest McDonald's, and I would buy a McDouble and a large Sprite, and that would be all I needed for the day. Like I have such fond memories of that. Same thing with Checkers. I used to bike to Checkers with $2.12, get a fry lovers box. Well, $2.12 for just the fry lovers box, or $3.18 for the fry lovers box and a large sweet tea. The times, look, wages, they have raised a very, very minuscule amount, but they have not doubled, okay? Last time I went to Checkers, it costed me so much money, I literally drove away and said, this is the final time I'm ever eating Checkers in my life. It's over. This is done. You got to understand, one of the largest parts of why I go to fast food companies is because of how cheap it is. It's cheap and convenient, okay? So nowadays, it might still be convenient. Yes, it might be quick and easier than cooking at home, but it isn't cheap. They've disabled that part of the equation. It's over. First comment says, a single hash brown is $2.39. Billionaires have lost their mind. And I can almost guarantee you, if you get a frozen pack of the exact same size of hash browns from either like Meijer, Walmart, they all sell it, Kroger, whatever, it should be between $2 and $3 for 10 of them frozen, but you do have to, in fact, cook it yourself. One of the crazy things, too, when I'm at the grocery store, like shopping for something like potatoes, if it's a $4 to $5 bag, in my head, I think that's expensive, even though it's 10 pounds of, you know, the golden potatoes. What do they call it? Russet potatoes? But somehow in my head, I can make it make sense that a $3 hash brown is actually acceptable, and it's not. It's not acceptable. It's not okay, McDonald's. Fix this.
$4 for a McChicken. You out your Mc-crazy mind. Do you got some McDonald's money really means you need a $30,000 to your job?
Yeah, all I can say is, like, dude, when I pull up to McDonald's, I'd never think anymore it's going to be cheap. That part of the experience, it's gone. It's over. Chalk it up, sis.
I'm not even being dramatic.
And for anybody who doesn't know who's watching this video, this is Kev on Stage. I didn't even know he was on TikTok like this. I've watched this dude on YouTube for a very long time. He's on this show called Roast Me.
I'm not even being dramatic. This is just the actual truth. I think I would have died if it weren't for the McDonald's $1 menu. This came at a time in my life where $1 was all I had a lot of times. And when I was in college, McDouble for dinner one night, McChicken the other night. And the McChicken, I'd be like, can I get a sweet and sour? I'd ask at the window. Because you ask at the first window, they often charge you. Ask at the second window, they often just throw it in. So sometimes I get regular McChicken, then sometimes I go sweet and sour. I feel something different. And it wasn't just McDonald's. Wendy's, you could get the double stack, you could get the chili, baked potato. Brother, $5 was 5 dinners. And I'm not joking. Like, I literally survived off the dollar menu of various restaurants. And Applebee's at the time, when I was feeling crazy and life was really good, Applebee's had happy hour after 9. You could get nachos for like $3, wings for like $3. And then I remember when they went to like, you have to get a soda to do that. I said, well, come on, man. Do you think I have a rich father? Buying a
Not a rich father. Hey, is Applebee's still, do they still say eating good in the neighborhood? Did anybody remember that? On top of that, Applebee's was the first restaurant to do the, what was it called? The pick up to go. They were the first restaurant to add spots that you could pull up and they would walk out to you. I'm talking, this is like 2007, dog. They were the innovators. Honestly, Applebee's, they had to crawl so DoorDash could walk. Just understand that.
a soda, now I'm at $10. So I'm just grateful to God for the dollar menus at a time when I needed them, because boy, I needed them.
Honestly, I think the same thing. Like, shout out to the dollar menu being alive and well when I was in high school, because I had no money to start. I was literally moving around with change in my backpack, pennies, dimes. I wasn't just quarters. I was pennying it up. And I was still walking out of there with a whole meal. Shout out to that era of McDonald's. First comment says, we sound like our grandparents and parents now. I remember when gas was $0.25. You get 2 things off the dollar menu, my mama. Yeah, that was another thing too. I think about kids nowadays. Can I get a frappe mocha, a McFlurry, a quarter pounder with cheese? And I'm like, dude, it used to be, if I was lucky, I'd get 2. But usually I get that uno. I get just, you getting a McChicken, you getting 6-piece nuggets, or you getting a McDouble. That's it. And nowadays, with how much it costs, you getting McNothing, okay? Somebody said Wendy's $1 chili poured over a $1 baked potato. Now, I've never had their chili or a baked potato from Wendy's. It sounds disgusting to me. Not the potato, but the chili. But $2, that actually sounds like some Southern cooking right there. Go ahead. Go do that. I'm sure it's not $2 anymore, but...
Can anybody tell me on the dollar menu item, which item's $1?
Yeah, that's pretty much the exact prices that I see when I look on my app. Matter of fact, let me screen record. All right. Look at the McDonald's app. And yes, I have the McDonald's app on my phone, because if you want to save money at McDonald's, there's no other way to do it but to get the app. Okay, that's the best way you can get cheaper food at McDonald's. I just hit burgers. A Big Mac is $5.79. People love to talk about Five Guys being the most expensive burgers on earth. Take 1 or 2 more extra bucks. Go to Five Guys. You will get a burger at the minimal. I know they call it a mini cheeseburger. That thing is gigantic. Don't waste your time at McDonald's. Go to Five Guys. Go to Culver's, anywhere else. A cheeseburger. This is not a McDouble. This is a singular cheeseburger with the onions, the whatever. You know, the standard stuff they put on a burger is now $2.29. A meal is almost $9 for a standard cheeseburger at McDonald's. This is not high quality food, yo. This is not good stuff. You got to understand, for that price, $8.39 for a meal, you could probably go to your local grocery store, get roughly a pound of ground beef and a couple, what do you call it? Buns, and you could do this at your own yourself, and it'd be a much higher level in quality. If you want a double cheeseburger, it is $3.19. What did it say in the video? McDouble $3.49. Where is a McDouble? I don't even see that. McDouble $2.89. So yeah, this guy filmed this video in 2023. That was the end of COVID, kind of. I think that was like the peak of their prices. They had to get brought back down to earth after they raised McDouble to $3.50. This is either the price right at the end of COVID, or this is the price in like Chicago, LA, New York. A bacon McDouble, which I didn't even know was a thing. I'm finding this out right now with y'all. $3.89. Featured a daily double. It's like a McDouble with lettuce on it. That actually sounds kind of good to me. $4 though. $4. I'm good. I'm not getting McNothing. My family went to Wendy's, 5 people, $64. The next day we went to, it says Giordano's. I'm assuming that's a pizza restaurant. Deep dish salad appetizer, $68. Fast food isn't worth it anymore. That's my biggest issue with it. Every time I consider in my head, especially when I got a couple people in the car, I'm thinking we could either go and spend you know, 18, 20 bucks at McDonald's and I'll get a couple little knickknacks that we don't even really like that much. Or I could literally pull up at this point, QDOBA, I can get one bowl, 10 bucks. I don't know how much a Chipotle bowl is, but I think it's in that same area. I could go to Little Caesars with 10 bucks and get a whole large pizza with pepperoni and a side dish of bread. McDonald's has lost its swag. It's over. I'm sorry. I still visit there sometimes, but it's over. They've lost their specialty. They don't do what they did best anymore. Those days are so long gone. If you want McDonald's, you're paying a premium for it now, so you might as well get some real food.
Who has the best dollar menu? Starting with McDonald's, whose burgers are basically just buns. They gave me a single pickle. I'm hoping this is the best bread of my life. Bread is stale. At Taco Bell, we got a burrito.
Oh.
Okay, that was too big of a bite. This tastes like something my mom would make, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. If I made it, it would be an 8 though. Then I got this sandwich. Arby's really does have the meats. And
oh my god, that looked like a labia burger, dude. That looked like the beef curtain special. Hey, can I get the beef curtain combo and a side of fries and let me get a Frosty.
Wendy's, I got a cheeseburger, except there's just no cheese or sauce. But at least they had vegetables, so 3 stars. This looks incredible. If this is the Burger Junior, what is the Burger King? Burger King wins.
She lost credibility when she said Burger King wins. Burger King is so terrible. Okay, it's so terrible. The only thing they got saved in Burger King right now is the chicken fries. And I guess right now they got like a mozzarella fry, which I haven't tried. But if you've tried the mozzarella fries, hop in the comments below and let me know if it's good. Because if it is, I'm going to drive there right now. One of the comments says, how much money do you have? Yeah, to be able to visit all those restaurants and freely buy it, you got to be rich at this point.
McDonald's, their CEO said that they're starting to see pushback on some of their prices.
McDonald's is starting to forget their role here. Come here. McDonald's was a place that you go to when you had $3 in your bank account and you don't get paid till next week and you just want a meal with some kind of substance. McDonald's was there to save the day.
Facts.
Right. This was already said before, but McDonald's thinks that we were eating their food because it was just that delicious. No, we were eating there because it was cheap. It was affordable, right? It was delicious for the price that it was at, right? Does that make sense? The fact that now McDonald's is raising their prices so high, parents used to ask their kids if they had McDonald's money. Parents are starting to not have McDonald's money. Does that make sense? Right? McDonald's took away the snack wrap. They took away all day breakfast. They took away the dollar menu. Right? The difference between McDonald's and Chick-fil-A is only $1.50. If any fast food place had any kind of brains, they would lower their prices right under McDonald's because people who are struggling still need a burger. Does that make sense?
Honestly, I could stop the video right there. He summed that up perfectly. Okay, it was good for the price point that it was at. Now it's just terrible expensive food. Somebody said that's why In-N-Out has lines for days and there's one car at McDonald's now. We don't have In-N-Outs over here in the Midwest, but I went there once when I went to LA. I did like it. It was McDonald's-esque as far as the level of food. But yeah, the service was top tier and what was it called? Animal style? I don't remember. It's been probably 7 years since I went and did that, but shout out to In-N-Out. Y'all need to come into the Midwest, straight up. Y'all need to bust into this market. It says Taco Bell had a special cravings box for $5 on the app, and now it's $9. Really, with any of these restaurants, if you are planning to get away with the best deal possible, you must download the app. As I pull up to McDonald's, I'm literally 5 minutes before I'm pulling my phone out and starting that, what do you want? What do you want? And I'm trying to build the basket and add my deals to it so I can actually get a decent price.
Okay, crispy chicken sandwich and a Diet Coke. Would you like to add on a snack-sized fruit and yogurt parfait for $1?
Absolutely. What, am I like the millionth customer or something?
No, ma'am. Anyone can add on from the dollar menu for just $1.
This sort of thing never happens to me. Are there going to be balloons and confetti?
Well, it comes with granola.
Yes!
Got a buck? You're in luck. Every day at McDonald's. With so many of your favorites on the dollar menu, you can build the perfect meal for you.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Got a buck? You're in luck. Grab a burger and go home and fuck. I wanted to add this right quick. Just right quick because this ad came up to me as I was looking up the death of the dollar menu. QDOBA came up talking about we got free guac. Everybody else charges for guac. I'm not a guac fan, so I don't care. But I do love QDOBA. I get their chicken queso bowl, and it's literally before tax. I think it's like $10.30 or something. And I do use the app. And after, it's like $11 and something like that. It is less to go to get real foods, like real chicken thighs and rice and this good queso. I really do like QDOBA. If you never had QDOBA, go there. But like whenever I think about going to fast food now, I'm always considering, could I go to an actual like decently put together restaurant for this price? And most times, yes, you can.
Have you ever just been in traffic and just look around and see all the nice cars and just be like, dang, I wish I can afford that. They must be doing really good in life.
Mm-hmm.
Half the time, they can't afford it either. They just got a high-ass payment with a high-ass interest rate, and they underwater as hell.
I figured I should add that video in there too because, look, people love to lie about their financial situation. It's a part of life. If people aren't doing well, trust me, they're not going to broadcast that, most likely, okay? I know I fall into this trap of thinking everybody with a nice car is just killing it in life, and everyone's just, it seems like everybody around me is just doing amazing. And you could say the same thing when it comes to restaurants, okay? You might feel broken at this point, being the guy that's in the McDonald's drive-thru watching people across the street going to, I don't know, Texas Roadhouse or something. You might think they have it all figured out. You never know the real story. You just never know the real story. The whole time, that man may be clarting his steak at Texas Roadhouse in a far worse position than you, paying for your McDonald's McDouble up front in cash, cold, hard cash, baby. It just makes me think, as a kid, I kind of got, a little lost in the sauce. When I was in high school, I wanted to have shiny things and nice stuff and make people think I had it together. And, you get down to the nitty gritty and you realize pretending to be wealthy and to pretend to have money is useless. It's not really going to actually help you. I know they say fake it till you make it, but listen, if you never end up making it, you're just sitting there faking who you are for a living, and that's not a good use of your time. If you want a McDonald's budget, which nowadays is actually pretty wealthy, go to McDonald's. Do what you do. Save that money, sis. Don't let other people get into your head and convince you that you should be paying for something that you don't want to. Okay, I like nice cars, but I couldn't imagine having a $500 car note. I couldn't. Right now, I'm going to stay in my rust bucket, pushing that thing till I give up. And if you're somebody who's considering going into debt for something like a nice car, or even, nowadays it's changing. Klarna's changing the game. If you're considering going into debt to get you a McDouble meal deal or a damn roast beef curtain special, I want you to consider, better options and what else you could do with that money that would actually make your heart, stomach, and wallet happier, okay? If there's one thing I know that'll for sure make you happy, though, is hitting this next video. It's free. It doesn't cost $3.89 for a McDouble. This is a free video. Click it. Come on now. YouTube thinks you would like to watch that, and I know you'd like to watch it. You need to watch this. Listen. Okay, my name is Air Media. If you're watching this video and you've just found me, please hit that subscribe button.